coffee? Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Daniel Ortiz. Welcome back to another episode. Today I have a question that I want to ask a lot of the new people that are getting into photography and even videography. What kind of camera are you using? Do you know what you're doing with it? Tell me, how do you feel when you're being held a big expensive camera, whether it's a DSLR or if it's a mirrorless camera? Now, do you know what you're doing with this camera? So a lot of the new people that end up starting out photography and filmmaking, they always expect to go for the high budget camera. But now, is it really something that you absolutely need? Today I'm going to try to give you some few little tips that I know that I can try to help out teach a lot of you people about handling your camera a bit better. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are asking yourself, Daniel, what do you even have to offer? To be honest with you, I don't know a whole lot. I'm still currently learning myself, and the more I keep progressing and learning, the better I get at filming and taking better pictures, knowing what I see that captures my eye compared to other people. I'm sure a lot of you guys are like, ooh, I got a nice expensive camera, I'm pretty sure it can do all the work for myself. Maybe I'll just set it on auto. Click. It looks a little weird than how I wanted it. You know why? Because when you have it set on auto, it actually sets everything for you. So really, you won't have that creativity to work it on your own. Now, the absolute first thing that I want to tell you when you start using a camera, get off of auto. Please, it's gonna ruin it. It's gonna ruin your game. It's gonna ruin your love for photography. And it feels like it's more for like, if you're one of those people that just want to take pictures, don't care about color grading, don't care about edits or anything, you just want to take a picture and put it out there, then yeah, I'd say shoot auto. But if you're the type of photographer that wants to really learn about how to really edit, you want to learn how to compose your shot better, you want to learn just more into detail on how to make your picture stand out, then I'm telling you, shooting on manual will completely change your game. Alright, so let's get more into depth of it. First thing I want to tell you, there are 3 settings that you want to really keep in mind when you're focusing, whether it's filmmaking and photography. That is your shutter speed, your ISO, and your aperture. Picture it as like a triangle. Literally, it's going to be a triangle like that. You want to make sure that your shutter speed, ISO, and your aperture are basically all balanced to get that right composed shot. So let's start with shutter speed. Shutter speed is basically the sensor that captures how quick and how slow it gets. Depending if you have a DSLR, it does have one of those little flip mirrors that does a little delay. People now these days have mirrorless cameras, which I like to shoot a lot. Mirrorless cameras, it's just a straight sensor that it basically shows if you want a quick image or if you want something that's a little blurry where it slows it down. So you gotta think about it. The lower number, say like if you shoot at a 1/30, you're gonna get that nice, slow, smooth shot. You'll see a little bit of blur in it, depending on how you want to shoot it. It looks cool with certain things like lights. You want to use light photography, stuff like that. Now, if you shoot higher shutter speeds, say like 1/4000, you're gonna get that nice, crispy look where it's gonna capture super sharp, very strong, no blur at all. Now, let's move over to ISO. ISO is basically the extra light that's coming from inside of your camera. Your base ISO would always end up being 100. The highest, depending on certain cameras, you can shoot up to 2500, 25,000, I believe, 64,000. The higher you go, the extra light your camera will build inside for you to be able to see what you're shooting. But do keep in mind, the higher you go, the more grainy it gets, and you can really see the grain in it. So if you want my best opinion, try to keep your ISO at least under 800, just so you don't get a whole lot of that, and you can try and edit out the grain as much as you can without making it look so fake. Or what you could always do is, depending on the certain lens as well, if you can get yourself a lens that has a aperture of 1.8, jumping onto Aperture. Aperture is basically, as simple as I'm gonna make it say, Aperture will determine how much you want in focus. So say like this right here, I'm shooting on a Sigma 18-35 1.8. So if you see the number comes lower, you get that nice focus and you get that nice blurry background. So it makes your image look a lot crispier. You get that nice bokeh look. I can come close and you see that nice little bokeh, and I back away. Now more of my head's in focus and then everything else in the background. So that's what you get the benefits out shooting at a 1.8 or even lower. You can even go down to like a 1.2, 1.4. Keep in mind, those lenses are usually pretty expensive. Now say if you want to shoot at a higher aperture, so like say like f22, f25, like that. That is gonna basically make everything in focus. Oh god, I forgot to explain. So the lower aperture you get, it's gonna add more light. So it actually opens your lens up like this. This is gonna be about like a 1.8 compared to like an f2, which will be crunched down to that really small amount. The lower your aperture is, the more light you get out of it, and then the higher aperture you get, the less light you get. Does that make sense? I'm trying to make it as simple as I can as right now. God, I don't know how this video is gonna turn out. I feel like I'm not doing this right and I'm completely fucking up. Okay, at least I got my cup of beans with me. Wow, this is actually really nice lighting. I can get really into depth with this video. This video is kind of just like a beginner step to see if I can really explain this right. I really do not know if I actually made this video look worth it. But let me know what you guys think. I want to do more videos like this teaching. Again, I am not the best photographer. I'm not the best filmmaker out there. I'm still currently learning about my lenses. I'm learning about my camera. I'm learning about how my filming and photography technique will work out. My style is completely different compared to everyone else's, so don't copy someone's style. Go out, get creative on your own, and just learn. You know, the best way I tell you is just, once you switch on to manual, if you just go out and practice, you'll start to understand a whole lot more of what your camera can do. Not to mention what lens you have, it will give you the best results. Hope you guys like this video. Please let me know what you think down below. I want you guys, please subscribe for me if you can. Hit that like button. Follow me on social media. I still gotta get ready for a little photo shoot that I gotta do later. So, yeah, I should probably get into that. Peace out.
I got that sunshine in my pocket and all good vibes, yeah, that's for sure. You can move just how you want to, but one thing that you gotta know, I'ma keep it real, baby. I'ma keep it real.